Hey guys, welcome to the video. For those of you who haven't been here before, my name is Sam Perry. I'm a music producer, mixing and mastering engineer. Sorry if I'm looking a little bit disheveled. I've just been on a 2-week tour with a fresh up-and-coming artist called Hayley, working as a guitarist. I'm also doing a fair bit of the background work, working as a producer and audio engineer as well, doing her mixing and some of her mastering as well. I just wanted to do this little video about where I'm at and my journey as to getting to this point and trying to turn this thing into a livable wage or income. You can make your own judgment calls as to where I'm at with that at this stage, but I'm fairly self-aware. Anyway, my experience with audio engineering actually starts a bit over a decade ago. I studied music mixing, audio mixing from year 12 through an independent study. Learning how to record and mix music. Received a merit for my work there, 2 big folders worth of work. Thinking of turning it into a book one day. We'll see what happens. Like there's not enough mixing books out there already. Anyway, I then followed through and studied music media through university for 3 years. Then as a fallback plan, I always thought I could do music teaching. I was planning to take a gap year, but the Teachers Registration Board was changing their policies and procedures around who could and couldn't become a teacher based upon their credentials, and it turned out that if I didn't do a graduate diploma in education in 2014, then I was going, if I wanted to be a music teacher, I would have to then do a whole nother bachelor's or master's exclusively in education. Not a good thing or a bad thing that they've made that policy change, but I decided to go ahead down that path rather than, waiting it out and spending a bit more time on the music creating or producing side of things. So anyway, I essentially fell headfirst into teaching straight afterwards. Did a year of relief teaching and then contract work and then another contract, and then eventually just pretty much full-time work. And teaching is what I've been doing for years, including delivering Cert 3 in sound production and engineering. So I have now taught other people who have gone on to be sound engineers and producers and stuff, which is super cool, and brought up some pretty amazing musicians. If any of you guys are watching, hey, glad that you're doing really well. So I tried to maintain some semblance of doing recording and mixing and producing outside of teaching, including being in bands. I've always been in bands and gigging around, and taking on whatever size projects I could handle at that time. I was never able to commit a lot of time to being a full-time producer, though, because when you're starting out, it doesn't pay the bills. If you think about it, you need to be pulling in about these days, $800 to $1,000 a week to be able to pay things like your rent and groceries and registration, insurance, etc., etc. So I was always teaching, and teaching's a massive time sink as well. I was only having a chat to another teacher the other day who was saying that they were it was not unusual for them to pull a 50 to 80 hour week to be able to keep on top of things. And that was also essentially my life for years. So because of that, I didn't have the time to commit to taking on large projects, or even, be able to advertise my services. I've done some pretty awesome things in my time, but I was never able to commit what I felt was necessary to build my profile and stance within the industry. So this year, after experiencing some pretty heavy burnout from full-time teaching, I decided to cut right back and go casual again, go back into relief teaching, which I'm still doing now. We'll circle back around to that a bit later, but I wanted to be able to have the time to pick and choose what I do with my time. I wanted to have that flexibility to be able to be an audio engineer and to be able to create. So what I have here, I'll just show you guys. This is a website that I built through Wix. It has my contact information, all that good sort of gear there. Yes, I also build guitar pedals. That's a thing that I do as well. So this website I've had up for a couple of years now, and I mean, I've had a couple of clients through it. I mean, a couple, but it was all predominantly through word of mouth and friends of friends, which is absolutely fine, nothing wrong with it, but I wasn't able to garner the larger clientele base that is essentially necessary to make it sustainable. Some of my credits on here, Ethanol Blend, Wise Cross, I'm really proud of that single. Actually, it got played on Triple J a couple of weeks ago, so that's really awesome, really proud of that one. Avalon, fresh upcoming artist who I'm working with, second single's dropping soon. Haley, who I'm currently working with, once again, more singles coming soon. And then going back through the catalogue, Bad Dreams and West Devon, and also Horror My Friend down here, all live releases that I mixed and mastered from in their earlier days of being bands. And then Ethanol Blend, again, the Blend Part 2, that whole album I actually produced, mixed and mastered. I think that is while I was teaching as well, so that was full on trying to get that happening. Yeah, and then down here, Flooded Sky, my one international client, who got in contact with me through Facebook, through a shoegaze group, if I remember correctly, because that's one of the genres that I really like to dabble in and create in. Anyway, when I wanted to focus on some more bits and pieces around the advertising and decided to push this a little bit more, I decided to invest some money in some Google advertising. So through Wix, they were able to run an automatic campaign. I was only planning to run it for 1 month, $210 for the month to get you found using particular keywords and search engine optimization, all that good sort of gear. Anyway, I started running that in January, and I didn't realize it was an auto renew thing, and so I ended up dropping nearly $1,000 into the advertising, which is even worse than I initially thought, because from all of that advertising I got no actual clients from that. says that I had $250 worth of revenue, but I know what those ones were from and through the website and whatever else. That was actually just through some of my repeat clients, being Ethanol Blend and the like. So it says there that I spent $579 of ad credits, but that's not accurate. I went back and it was, yeah, $210 a month for 5 months. I was running that mildly unintentionally, but even if it was only $579, you can see $250 revenue for you know, a couple of mastering purchases. It's not much. Not to mention that to keep the Wix site running, Wix is free initially, but if you want to start making money from it, then the site running costs are about $300 a year. So I've also been trying to do some more social media content and that sort of stuff, but I've been struggling with those bits and pieces. I started an Instagram page about a month ago, and I'm getting some traction on that, but haven't had any actual clients reach out or anything through that. It's just a lot of people looking at the pictures and watching the videos, and it makes me think that they are people like me, or like what I used to be, where we would, you know, because technology is that accessible these days that, you know, if you want an okay, decent recording, you can teach yourself the basics of mixing, even the basics of mastering, and have a little $200 for input interface and get some decent sounding demos. And people are less willing to spend on high-end mixing mastering unless they've been in a band for quite a few years, and then normally they just hunt around online, and apparently I'm not popping up online. So I thought, hey, you know what, I heard of this website called Soundbetter, right? So I was like, hey, Soundbetter, I may as well go to where the clients are, right? So created a Soundbetter page. This is it. Guitar, mixing, mastering. Got the example tune there. Tried to pitch myself real hard. I've got my credits there. Even had Avalon, lovely Avalon, shoot me a couple of reviews to help out. And I clicked to do the Pro membership, which means that you are actually able to access what's called the jobs dashboard, or the jobs board, so that you can actually pitch yourself to potential clients. So the clients go, oh, I need a mixing mastering engineer, and you go, oh yes, I can do that, this is my price. But unless you have a pro membership or premium membership or whatever they call it, you don't have access to that jobs board. You can't see it. So I applied to become a premium member. Thank you, you've received your application, blah, blah, blah. We're reviewing it. You're not going to get charged unless you get activated. It's been 1 month and I haven't heard anything else yet. I don't know how long it takes. Different people on the internet say different things because they go by you know, a mixture of supply and demand, and really only helps if you have a niche or a niche that you're aiming for. So I went down the alternative rock route / shoegaze route, and I was like, don't know how many other people are doing that, but may as well try and go there. Not saying that that's the only thing that I can do, but it helps to specialize apparently. So anyway, thought, oh, it's been a while, and you know, you're not going to pop up in search results or anything because the people who are all already paying for premium and actually in there, $100 a month, by the way, US, they're all going to absolutely topple everyone else in the search results. So absolutely highly unlikely that you're going to get any clients natively through that, organically through that, I should say. So I was like, hey, there are other freelance websites out there, so let's jump into Fiverr and create a Fiverr page. So I've done that as well, because it's like I'll just go to where the clients are and see if anything comes of that. So I've only actually had this page available for the last couple of days because I was off on tour. So, you know, I don't want to be able to promise that I can turn around a master within 24 hours if I'm interstate and not home. So I've sorted out my bits and pieces there, and currently my impressions are sitting at 26 impressions. So 26 people saw the title of my gig for the mastering, and 18 people saw the title of my guitar gig for that. No clicks, no orders or anything on that at this stage. So bit quiet, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, so I'm chucking a bit more money into some advertising. I'm going to try and push for some more, you know, exposure in some different ways. Going to try and get some radio promo and stuff going, but all those things cost money, and to be able to have money at the moment, yeah, I'm needing to do relief teaching, which is like, thank goodness I still have that, because otherwise I'd be out in the street or I'd have to sell all my gear and start even more from scratch, which is not ideal. So yeah, it's a bit dreary, isn't it? Bit gloomy, but just thought I'd touch base and say that's where I'm at. I'm hoping to make some bits and pieces of more content, and of course I'm going to keep you guys updated as well on when / if I become a premium member of Soundbetter, and if anything good comes from that, and also if I get any actual orders through Fiverr. I don't know, we'll find out. But yeah, not saying, you know, I'm not disheartened, because I still want to actually do this. This is, you know, mixing, mastering, music producing, playing guitar. These are all things that I want to do for my life, and I'm, you know, it's not necessarily a reality check, because this is the reality that I've been experiencing for years. But I just thought that, I don't know what I'm necessarily aiming for. Maybe a review of Soundbetter and Fiverr when / if anything comes of it, and if not, then it won't be very positive. But yeah, I don't know. Hope you're all doing well. I'm clearly available for your mixing, mastering, guitaring needs. Feel free to hit up the website, jamhousestudio.com. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys again soon. Catch it.